Yo, thank you for tuning into Easy TV. Once again, if it's your first time here, appreciate you checking out the channel and possibly considering subscribing. And for all of you who could take half a second, go right down there, smash the thumbs up button. It would be greatly appreciated. But as you can tell by the title today, we have a pair of Jordan 11 Low Legend Blues. And you might be wondering, what's going on here? Are you buying early shoes now? No, I'm not. For the first time, I think, that I can remember, the first time I've ever gotten early access on the sneakers app, copped a pair of Jordan 11 Low Legend Blues in a 10.5, 185 retail. We're gonna get them right out of the box, see my first impressions. I'm really hyped to see how these look. I'm a big fan of that Legend Blue color, especially with the low top and the white upper. I think it could be a great spring summer shoe. I know people don't really like the low Jordans, but I think out of all of the lows, the 11 lows are probably one of, if not the best lows out of all of them. Some of the lows are kind of whack, but let's get my first impressions. All right, so there's that Jordan box, the Legend Blue Jumpman, Jordan Air, black top, gray bottom, classic Jordan kind of colored box, Nike Air, and then attack Jordan 11 Low, or Retro Low, 10.5 right there. Let's take a look at these. Super excited for these. And I know I say this a lot, but you know, as a sneakerhead usually would, but these ones I am actually really considering keeping. I'm gonna hold them for a little bit regardless. Again, you guys know me, once shoes reach a certain resale value, unless I just am so crazy about them, I really just can't keep them. That black trash bag paper. Ooh. Yo, these are fire. Yo. So as per usual, give that quick once over right here. Of course, that all white is obviously the main feature of the 11 is that patent leather going around. See it shining there. Of course, with the white leather on the other part of the upper would be right here. So I believe a synthetic leather. And the tongue is a white mesh. The Legend Blue Jordan Jumpman right there. Jumpman and Legend Blue with that 2-3. And I really think the nicest part is this Legend Blue translucent outsole. As you can see there with the, oh, look at that carbon fiber. One thing I kind of paused and looked at right off the bat is there is a little bit of quality control. You know, I like to kind of hark on that. I don't believe anybody's tried these on. They're coming straight from Nike, early access too, but in the crevice, like here, between where the translucent part meets the black rubber, there is some kind of excess rubber in that crack, which isn't too bad. But again, I don't know if it's showing up, but there's, at least when I look at it right away, there's definitely some dust. And if you would have told me these were tried on, I probably would have believed you, but I don't know if that's just from the, I would assume it's just from the factory. There's inside the tongue, Jumpman 2-3 with the size little sticker in there. Now, as I mentioned to myself right away as I pulled these out, is the only problem, like these are so clean. These are so clean. Of course, like a lot of people, I have other white shoes in my collection, but I'm actually, again, a big fan of the 11 lows. I grew up playing soccer, so I always preferred low tops growing up, and I never really wore high tops until I got a little bit older and I started liking high tops a little bit more. But I'm not saying the 11 low is better than the 11, but again, it's pretty close between the 11 low and the regular 11, like mid-high for me. Only problem with these, and with the 11s in general, especially white patent leather over everything, like that's why I just think the red 11s are probably, in my opinion, oh, but the Space Jams is too as well, but darker color patent leather, white patent leather, this thing is gonna get so dirty. You have to be so careful. And the other part I'm worried about is white mesh, as you guys know, just gets so dirty. And so this shoe is just like asking to get dirty, asking to be a dirt magnet. I had those other 11 lows. I think they were the last pair of 11 lows to release, which was the, I forgot what the nickname was, but just the white, red, it was like red outsole, I believe, black patent, white upper. Those were cool and all, but at that point, I feel like if you're going for a red, black, and white colorway, you might as well just get the red 11s. You know, at that point, that's kind of the way I thought about it. So I ended up selling those. This light, you know, Legend Blue outsole is really catching my eye a lot. I'm loving the way that looks. It would have been kind of cool, I guess, to see a little bit more Legend Blue elsewhere on the shoe, but to be honest, I can't really complain, because otherwise I don't know if it will look as clean. Like this just looks so, like the word that comes to mind is just icy. Like it's just so icy and clean. The black lining is dope, because I couldn't imagine if that was white, like that would be even asking for even more dirt inside and stuff. So I'm definitely gonna have to do a lot of thinking about these specifically. I think this is gonna be a great summer shoe. The only problem is with COVID and everything, I just haven't had a chance to really rock my shoes that much. So there's shoes I already own that I want to go outside and just wear. And otherwise, like if it weren't for COVID, I would have been wearing my shoes all the time. Maybe some of them would have got more beat up, especially because I have some like other like more non-hype shoes, regular shoes, like just white leather shoes that I wear. You know, I always have at least one pair in the rotation, and usually if it weren't for COVID, I'd be going out so much wearing them. Eventually those get beat up and I have a need for another pair of white shoes, and so it'd be more likely I'd keep something like this. But I'm really gonna have to think about these. I've really been thinking about getting a pair of 11s or 11 lows in the collection, and this is definitely a great candidate. So that's the quick overview. Again, super clean shoe. Happy to have had early access. This is the first time I've ever had early access. So sneakers, if you want to bless me with more early access, that'd be dope. But I want to talk quickly about hold or sell. Now, obviously, because these I got early access, I think right now they're sitting around the 230, 240 range. Obviously, because I got early access, the price isn't indicative of how it's actually going to look after the main release day. So you should expect a dip in the price. It's already dipped a little bit since the exclusive access went out. And so there is this conundrum of, well, yeah, if you know the dip is coming, you could technically, because if you get early access, you could technically, when it comes to hold or sell, I'd actually say sell is an option for those like me who got exclusive access. You could sell now and play the dip, buy back at bottom of the dip, and so maybe you traded a little bit and you made a little bit in between there. If retail's 185, I guess the bottom at most would be, let's say 200 on StockX. So after fees and stuff, we're talking about, I don't know, what is that, like a $15 to $25 profit you could possibly make if that happens. Then again, if for some reason this ends up being less of a GR, a little bit more of limited of release, we very well could see either a lesser dip in the price post-release, which is probably likely, or B, if they're really limited, price kind of barely dips and goes right up. Just remember, you are paying StockX fees if you're using StockX to do that, and that's going to be probably the main reason you're doing that, unless you have a connection that's going to be able to sell you these quickly, just because StockX price is super close to kind of movement and volatility, but you know, your Facebook groups and stuff aren't going to reflect the hour-to-hour price that StockX does. So catching the bottom of a dip post-release is going to be tougher if you're buying from a Facebook group. If you're not worried about all of that, in the long term, definitely hold these. It's an 11. It's an 11 low, but not only that, it's a legend blue color, and I think this colorway is really going to fly with people, especially in the summer. Even a short hold, this could be a good one. So that's my opinion on the hold or sell. We'll go quickly into the on feet, but for now, guys, catch you guys next time.